Good afternoon, everybody. We are live. We're just going to give a few seconds for everyone to get on here because we got some disturbing news to you. This government is up to its old tricks again. They say it's a new day, but it looks like it's the same old, same old. The same old Gestapo tactics. The same old intimidate persons who utilize their freedom of speech. The same old, same old. Look like it's continuing in this country. And so we're going to let everyone know exactly what's going on. Yo, please, when you get on here, share, like, and share right away. Like and share so that the video could be shared. Please do your civic duty because the media, of course, likes to cover up stuff. But we got to do our duty to make sure things are not covered up in this country. So, yo, please take a second. We're going to get started right in a second. Take a minute and please like and share this video because you're going to hear what is going on right now as we speak is extremely disturbing. It's sick and demonic. It's sick and demonic what is happening right now in Abaco as we speak. It is unacceptable. Unacceptable in our Bahamas for this to be happening. And we will not tolerate it at all. It will not be tolerated. So please do your civic duty and like and share so that we could get this out. So I'm gonna give it a couple seconds for the numbers to get up. I'm gonna give it a couple of seconds for the numbers to get where it's supposed to be. All right, but please like and share. This one ain't gonna be long, but this could be serious and this could be strong. This could be serious and this could be strong because we tired and fed up in this country, man. We tired and fed up, and we have had more than enough. Enough of this garbage in this country. Enough of this. And so, looks like it's time to it's time to shut this place down. That's what it's looking like. Because this really ain't making no sense. This really ain't making no sense.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining us here today. Once you get on, please share the live, share it in the WhatsApp group, share it on your Facebook page. We really have some information we need to share with you. Get it out as far as you can get it out.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you are tuned in here, it is for one reason, and I wasn't going live today at all. I had already announced that I'm not going live today. But of course, when emergencies happen, we got to jump to the occasion. Ladies and gentlemen, I come to you because it appears that some corrupt immigration officials in Abaco, yes, Abaco, where the illegal immigrants are breaking the law all over that island in every way they can. Everything is going on over there. Drugs, guns, illegal occupation, illegal building, everything wrong is going over there. Businesses that are illegal, the stealing of people's property and putting on a boat to go somewhere else. Everything illegal is going on in Abaco. But the police in Abaco was asked by immigration to arrest Crystal Williams. You know, on Facebook as Crystal Millions. She turned the W upside down. But she's Crystal Williams. She was arrested. And it's her first time being arrested. She's a good, upstanding citizen, an entrepreneur who always spoke out for Abaco. And she was arrested because she did a video 2 days ago. She did a video, and in that video, she called out the immigration because of what she is seeing. The fact that there's no immigration arrest. The people are landing and no one is doing nothing. People are building and tearing the country apart and no one is doing nothing. And based on that, she gave her opinion that immigration is corrupt. They locked her up for criminal libel for speaking out against immigration. All right. Now, she did name an individual, one individual in particular, but she is giving her opinion of a public figure. They called her and told her they want to see her. They didn't tell her they want to arrest her. She went in and they immediately arrested her. It's happening right now. They immediately arrested her. They took her into custody. This decent, respectable Abaconian businesswoman. They took her into custody because she spoke her opinion of the darkness going on in Abaco. These filthy, nasty dogs in this New Day administration arrested a Bahamian activist for speaking her opinion in the Commonwealth of Bahamas, a country where we have freedom of speech, freedom of opinion, and the freedom to express our expression. In this country, where they're going all over the world, smiling up and taking picture with democratic nations, promising them, signing deals to allow illegal immigrants to come in our country and wreak havoc. Yes, I just said that your government signed the deal, and I'm going to prove that to you when I go live on Sunday. We ain't coming talking. We coming with the proof. These evil people is allowing our country to be destroyed. Our chairman, Charlotte Green, is from Abaco. She's an Abaconian.
Lincoln, it's bothering me right now to know that one of our own who is standing up for not only herself and her children, but for all Bahamians. It's bothering me to know that she is there and we're over here and we can't be there. I am very disturbed. Bahamas, I love my country more than any country in the world. And for that very same reason, I insist and I have the right to criticize my country perpetually. That is my right as a Bahamian citizen to call out wrong.
As a citizen.
To call out wrong, to call out corruption. That's my duty as a Bahamian citizen. And our voices should not be stifled, especially when there's evidence, Bahamian. The one thing right now that has me bothered is that she is in police custody and she is there alone. I think Kai Mills was down there with her. But we need Bahamians to stand up. She is the voice of many. She is your voice, Danny Smith. She is your voice, Rudy Bethel. She is your voice, Patricia Butler. She is your voice, Daphne McKenzie. We have to stand up with our people, for our people, by our people's side. This is ridiculous. I just told Lincoln, a book was written on our country. A book was written on our country by foreigners, because I call them foreigners. A Bahamian would never write that type of book against their own country. And the file photos I saw in that book, I call that defamation of a nation. And there were no consequences. Nothing was said by our leaders.
What book and who wrote the book?
I think it is a book written by Fred Smith, or allegedly written by Fred Smith, allegedly written by Luby George and team. And they put this book internationally. The photos in there were not of our people. They were not of our armed forces. But they put that book out internationally and they painted us a people of hate. But nothing came out of it. Crystal spoke. She voiced her opinions, her concern about this nation. And immediately, she was arrested. I have a problem with that. Is this the Bahamas that Pendleton Laws fought for? I don't recognize this country anymore. We must stand up. She is a Bahamian, and she's a Bahamian woman, and she is standing up and she is fighting, and she is especially fighting hard for Abaco.
This is sick and
Ladies and
demonic.
gentlemen, this is serious.
Let you hear the words of Crystal Williams, what she was arrested for. All right? And then I will read the law for you. Because apparently we keep running into police officers who don't know the law. All right? And now we have immigration officers who don't know the law. All right? So we're going to show you what Crystal Williams said, and then we're going to read the law for you.
Immigration officer that you guys have here that's sitting at his post, Mr. Stephen LaRota, I think that's his name. Stephen LaRota. Mr. LaRota won't even send his officers out to do their jobs. Doesn't send them out to do their jobs. And then on top of that, whenever you have cruise ships that are coming in, instead of him allowing junior officers to make the money from being able to go out and do the inspections for those boats, he wants to go and do those. He wants to go out and do that because, number one, it's all it's about now is position and being able to make a salary, and then being able to make, I guess, all of the extra added money that comes along with that. And that's not right. If we have, see, this is what I tell people. You have to cut the corruption down at the head. Because if you continue to cut the tail, then that injured animal has an opportunity to still live. But if you cut off the head, we know it's eradicated. We know the problem is dealt with. So the fact that Abaco has an immigration problem says a lot to me as a citizen, as a resident of Abaco. It is sad. It is very, very sad because for far too long, we have had the oligarchs that perpetuate it. They perpetuated the illegal immigrants here because they want cheap labor. They want cheap labor. So if we cut back on not issuing work permits and we make sure that Bahamians have jobs, see, this is home. I don't have anywhere to run to. I don't have anywhere to run to. This is home, and I am sick and tired. See, people say that Bahamians don't want change. I'll never say that Bahamians don't want change. But I think what's happened to a lot of persons over the years is we've had so many persons that came at us and they said that they were for us. They said that they represented us, but it seems as if whenever anybody gets into positions that come with power, see, with great power comes great responsibility. And you have to stay on the course to make sure that the outcome is different. That is how change is affected. But we've had so many people rally us. For instance, we had I think his name was Renard Henfield. I think that was his name, that did the We March. And it wasn't a we march, it was a he march because it was about himself.
Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know what to say or how to say this, but ladies and gentlemen, someone please tell me where the defamation is in that. I will wait. Someone please explain to me where the defamation is in that. And while I am waiting on y'all, because this corruption and this intimidation of people who speak their minds and speak the truth in a democratic nation has to stop. Why is this woman arrested? The police could simply go and watch that, and any immigration officer who comes to complain, or the immigration department who comes to complain, they can say, listen, sue her if you feel she defamed you. But if you lose, you have to pay her. All right? That is her words. Abaco, I need y'all to stand up. Every single person with a soul and a heart in Abaco, please go to that station now and support Crystal Williams. We are airplane ride away. Please go to that station and show your support to Crystal Williams. This is evil. Because this woman spoke out about the conditions in Abaco that Bahamians are going through, about the slackness. She was arrested for her opinion. Y'all please tag Keith Bell. Please tag Philip Brave Davis. Y'all tag all the government officials that y'all know. Because this is a lawsuit. They should not even put this woman in custody. A mother had to come to that station. It's happening right now as we speak. Come to the station to find out what's going on. To put her mother through. This young lady has never been arrested. You can see she's well-spoken, educated. She's an entrepreneur.
Law-abiding citizen.
Never committed a crime.
The problem, Lincoln. It's getting to a point where the law-abiding citizens have to stand up, because it's the law right now that is being used to oppress the people. It's the law that is being used to take away the rights of the people. They're using the law against us in a diabolical way. This, Lincoln, I feel so helpless right now because I am here and she is over there. And to know, I don't even know who is there right now. I feel completely helpless.
Abaco, we need you all there. Frank Smith, Marina, Guy Mills, Lovely, Antoinette Dean, every single Abaconian who has a heart, go stand up with that woman. She said nothing wrong. In Abaco, we suffering, we losing our entire island. And now if you speak out, they gonna arrest you? What kind of fascist nonsense is this? These officials are evil, are decrepit dogs. A whole generation of vipers. Nasty, disgusting vipers. I can understand the police going to have a conversation with her, but to lock this woman up and put her in a cell for her opinion, y'all are evil, decrepit dogs. And y'all need to be removed immediately from any place of position. Any police officer who arrests, whoever officer name is on that detention record is out of order.
All of the illegal, Lincoln, all of the illegal things that are going on in Abaco, in Clearview site, not one official, and I just say it because it's happening, is addressing these issues. That no one is addressing these issues. But a Bahamian activist is standing up and speaking out, and she is arrested. I have a problem with that, Lincoln.
While she's in that cell and they had officers arrest her, and they have officers wasting their time processing her right now with all the crime going on in Abaco. We've been to Abaco and they talking about all the crime. The police overwhelmed in Abaco. The police overwhelmed. But in the whole Bahamas, we overwhelmed. While you have a lockup, our children getting slaughtered on the street. Our women and children getting slaughtered on the street. Innocent men and women getting slaughtered on the street. Crime is out of control. While you're focusing on the wrong things.
Prosecuting Bahamians.
They are persecuting Bahamians while innocent men, women, and children are being slaughtered. And you have a whole team of police officers lock up, arrest a young activist, entrepreneur, a role model citizen in this country. I don't even think she ever get a traffic ticket because she spoke her mind about the nonsense that is going on in Abaco, that y'all have these people taking over our country, taking over our land and running things because she said that we are outnumbered 20-1 in Abaco and immigration is doing nothing. Y'all could lock that woman up. Y'all are a bunch of dogs. This is the defamation law. This is the law on defamation. And this is coming from hse.gov.uk. This is the UK law that we follow. And HSE is the Health and Safety Executive. They deal with defamation, etc. And they are telling you when someone should not be arrested or should be vindicated because of defamation. Here is the law. And I can read it out to you because it seems like we have some police officers who are simply idiots. And I say that because you all arrested this decent, respectable young woman. But you all wouldn't dare go talk to Jobette Colby while a police officer injured. You're going to arrest us. Decent, innocent young woman. Now, here's the law on defamation for these filthy rats who are now harassing a woman for speaking her mind because of the damage that is happening in Abaco. Here's the law for those who don't know the law. And Maria is headed to deal with her. So you ain't got to worry about that. This ain't getting swept under the rug. They're going to be hell to pay. They're going to be hell to pay. Crystal Williams is a citizen of the New Bahamas. In case you all don't understand that. Officer, in case you don't understand, Crystal Williams is a citizen of the New Bahamas. She with us. She's a real Bahamian. Why do I say that? She's a patriotic Bahamian who is standing up and speaking out against the wrongs and ills in this country. Officer, she with me. Y'all got hell to pay. If we got to shut down Abaco, we can shut down Abaco. But y'all ain't gonna arrest no innocent citizen in this country for no reason. Hell no. Y'all could forget that. So let me read the law for y'all, since y'all don't understand defamation law. Because I see they keep locking up people for defamation. In 20 years of doing this, I've never been arrested for defamation. And I've always called names. While talk show hosts were like saying, don't call name on their show and just don't listen. I've always called names and I always give details. And almost never will you hear me say the word allegedly. Because when I speak, I know what I'm speaking. And I'm willing to take a fall on some things. Now, here we go. Defenses of defamation. There are a number of defenses to an action for defamation and include the words complained of are true in substance and in fact. So if what you're saying is the truth, there's no defamation, eh? B, the statement is protected by absolute privilege. All right? Privilege meaning, for example, you say in the House of Assembly, in the courts, etc., etc. All right? So you can't lock up a politician who says something in the House of Assembly for defamation, or you can't sue him for defamation if he said in the House of Assembly. All right? But they have ways in the House of Assembly to make sure that he retracts something. C, the statement is protected by qualified privilege. All right? As a higher level of privilege. D, the statement constitutes, now here's where the law is. Read this very carefully, listen good. D, the statement constituted fair comment on a matter of public interest. That is, opinion which any person could honestly hold based on facts known at the time.
Yep.
Let me read that again. This is the law. And because people weren't understanding defamation law and there was a bunch of stupid lawsuits and stuff, the UK government thought it important to go and define what that is so that any dumb police officers who don't know defamation law would stop locking up people because some public official made a complaint. These higher ups, the corrupt ones, because the corruption comes from the top. Let me read D again for y'all. Y'all take notes. Write this down like Miles Monroe used to say. Write this down. The statement constituted fair comment on a matter of public interest, that is, opinion which any person could honestly hold based on the facts known at the time. What did Crystal say? Based on what she's seeing in Abaco, something gotta be wrong. There gotta be corruption going on because the people them could do whatever they want to do. Isn't that fair comment on public interest? Abaco is in a crisis, an immigration crisis right now that even the government has recently admitted to. That they got to go down there and take some action. They ain't reach yet. So why is it now an issue for this woman to speak on that and for her to be arrested? She called the name of a public official And defamation law gives any citizen the right to speak their opinion of a public official or the actions of a public official. You can do what, you remember Hubert Ingham used to say? His first campaign slogan, anyone remember what that was? The first thing he used to say, the chief is a thief. You can even call politicians thieves and murderers once you qualify why you're calling them that. Remember the other day I called a politician a champion sodomizer, and I said why I was calling him that. You can say that you believe that a government official is a thief because you see this, that, and that happening. That's your opinion based on the facts. You have a right to do that. No one can touch you. It's the first thing. I'll read that one more time and then I'll keep reading. Abaco, y'all please go out there for Crystal. Y'all please go out there for Crystal. I begging y'all. Go get Crystal, please. Y'all go to that station and don't stand down. We can get that station on the phone right now. But y'all go to that station and don't stand down. Next, the words were published innocently by a person who was not the author, editor, or publisher of the statement and who took reasonable care in relation to its publication. And she did not know, he or she did not know, and had no reason to believe that what she did caused or contributed to the publication of a defamatory statement, etc. I go to F. Publication on a matter, this is not an important one. Let's go with D. Publication on a matter of public interest provides for the defense to be available in circumstances where it can be shown that the statement complained of was or formed part of a statement on a matter of public interest, and that it was reasonably believed that publishing the statement complained of was in the public interest. Now, let me find one person here who would tell me that what Crystal said was not in the public interest. She was, of course, talking about public figures. She was talking about the public interest and what's going on in our country. How could the police arrest her? What kind of dumb dogs are these?
Lincoln, what they're trying to do, is
intimidate her.
Silence
They want
her
to silence
and intimidate her because Crystal is a voice, a powerful voice in Abaco. And they are trying to take away her strength. And that is her strength, her voice. I don't understand, Lincoln, for the likes of me, why Bahamians in this country today, a country that our forefathers fought for us to be equally treated, for us to rise. Why is it now that this administration that our forefathers built, why is this administration oppressing the people the way that it is? And giving an uprise to foreigners and illegal immigrants? Why are they pushing Bahamians down? Why are they pushing us out?
Because Brave done signed the deal. That he talking about the countries were pressuring them. Brave done signed the deal. When I go live on Sunday, I can show you how I know. Brave done signed the deal. Notice no more repatriation happening now. You notice? When last we had them say the plane on Bahamas Air gone back and carry some of them. Rounding up of them in their communities. But boy, you look at the newspaper, boy, citizenship getting sold like crazy. That's the new business. We can make more money from citizenship than we can make from tourism. Look like. These are nasty, filthy rats. I'm going to call the police station now to figure out what's going on and why would they lock up someone who is speaking her opinion of something that is in the public interest. It is a publication of a matter in the public interest, and last but not least, criminal libel is when you write something down. Crystal didn't write nothing down. She was talking. That's slander. Slander is not an arrestable offense. Libel is. Now, recently they've been starting to argue that if you put it in a permanent form, that they
Like
can
what?
consider it libel.
Like what Luby Rose allegedly did?
Like what Luby and Fred Smith them did by doing a book that lied on the Bahamian people. But no one touch that. No one touch that. Leave that alone. Let these people take our country. Let's start going after these activists. Let's start silencing them. This is the beginning of fascism. The first thing you do in fascism is you silence the media. You buy them out or destroy them. That is the first thing you do. Then the second thing you do is silence any possible opposition, any opposers. You silence them, you kill them, you discredit them, or you silence them. You put them before the court on false charges, like Martin Luther King was, like Nelson Mandela was. You silence them. You lie and you change the narrative. And then you act without transparency, like we're seeing happen, where they're giving out money in settlement to their people and saying, we're not telling you, even though a couple of years ago, they were saying that that should never happen. They were speaking out against ministers for doing it. Now they doing it. How can we have an independent commissioner of police who just accepted money from the government, not from the court, because he ain't win that from the court. He accepted money from the government that is kept secret.
Publicly bought.
There must not only be freedom from corruption, there must also be the appearance of freedom from corruption. So now we have a fascist government that is now trying to silence everybody, silence everyone, get rid of the activists, lock up people when you want to. This is what is happening. This is a lawsuit. You only got to worry about that. My lawsuit against the defense force is already filed. So you got to worry about that. That's filed. That in the Supreme Court of this country for what they did to me. This action that he took against Crystal, that going to the Supreme Court. You ain't got to worry about that. And we're going to sue whatever officers put their hands on her. Whoever officers did it, we're going to sue them in their personal capacity. We're going after you. Any activist you all touching this Brave Davis administration, we suing you in your personal capacity. You better pray Brave Davis put up the money for you. And we're not going to let the Attorney General represent you. You get your own lawyer. Pay for that yourself. If you let these corrupt officials tell you to do something, you do it, we're coming after you. No, you do not have to follow unlawful orders. So let me get on the phone and try to call this demonic place. The Abaco phone number is 367-2900. 367-2900. Let's get them. I'm going to get them on the phone. Get them on the phone. Which officer is this?
Pardon?
Which officer is this?
Sergeant.
Sarge? Okay, Sarge, do you have a Crystal Williams locked up there?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you're speaking with Lincoln Bain.
Okay.
You have her locked up with reference to criminal libel?
Yes, sir.
I've looked at her comments, and her comments were one about a public figure. Two, she gave comments in the public interest. You cannot be locked up for libel as it relates to that.
Sure. Yes, sir. Hello.
Yes.
We won't be discussing that over the phone, sir.
You won't?
No, sir.
All right. Well, just let you know that I am live, and I'm saying that the whole Bahamas is disgusted that y'all would do that.
Discussing that moving forward, sir. All right.
We're gonna send an attorney there, and y'all need to release her immediately. Yes, something else. Yes.
Go ahead.
y'all need to release her immediately
Okay, sir.
because that is unlawful. That is an unlawful arrest.
Anything else you have to say, sir? Other than anything pertinent, you need assistance with anything, sir?
No, I don't have anything else pertinent to deal with that.
Okay.
Y'all have been asked to
All
let
right,
her go, and y'all are going to be sued.
All right, sir.
All right, thank you. These people.
Hold on, Lincoln, because person's asking if this is, someone just asked. This is a current situation right now that is going on. Crystal Williams was just arrested in Marsh Harbor, Abaco, based on a live that she did. She's being accused of libel. So we're asking all Abaconians who are willing and able to please go out and support Crystal Williams. Crystal Williams has been fighting relentlessly on behalf of all Abaconians in Abaco, as well as the entire Bahamas, with her powerful voice, bringing truth to light. So I'm asking persons to please go out and support her. Stand with her, stand by her. She's a fellow Bahamian. We have other foreigners and nationals in this country that are standing together. We're asking Bahamians to come together, stand together for each other.
Continue, Charlotte.
Yes, he is being sarcastic. He is being very sarcastic. Bahamian, bit by bit, take a look at what's going on in our country. Our rights are being taken away from us. We have persons who are possessing our land, but we can't possess it. We have persons of foreign, we have foreign nationals who are screaming, who are getting away with crimes. But the minute a Bahamian steals $1, they're being sentenced. You have politicians who have been proven to have committed crimes, and yet no justice. What is going on?
I'm going to see if we could get Kai on the line so that we could see what's going on there. Okay, let me see if I could get. Okay, Crystal's mom on the phone. Hold on. I'm going to play Crystal's video for those of you just tuning in and might not know what's going on. But Crystal did a video where she was basically speaking out against what's going on in Abaco, and speaking out against, you know, public figures who would use the Bahamian people for their gain. So I'm going to play this again.
About what can I get for myself? And I've seen so many activists. That they need the people behind them. They need the people to rally with them. But then the minute they are noticed,
all right, I'll start it over.
Stephen Larota. Mr. Larota won't even send his officers out to do their jobs. Doesn't send them out to do their jobs. And then on top of that, whenever you have cruise ships that are coming in, instead of him allowing Junior.
Let me analyze this, and we're doing this in the public interest, so that's why we're playing this. Because now we're hearing a report from a resident of Abaco where she is saying that she doesn't feel like immigration is doing their job, like those in charge aren't sending out persons to do their job. That's her opinion based on what she sees happening, because these Haitians are coming and billing and landing and nothing is happening with them. She has a right to speak her opinion as it relates to that. All right, she has a right to do that. And that's her opinion, that he's not doing his job. And that is in the public interest. Continue.
Junior officers to make the money from being able to go out and do the inspections for those boats. He wants to go and do those. He wants to go out and do that because number one, it's all it's about now is position and being able to make a salary and then being able to make, I guess, all of the extra added money that comes along with that. And that's not right. If we have, see, this is what I tell people. You have to cut the corruption down at the head. Because if you continue to cut the tail,
Hey, what's up?
then that injured animal has an opportunity to still live. But if you cut off the head, we know it's eradicated. We know the problem is dealt with. So the fact that Abaco has an immigration problem says a lot to me as a citizen, as a resident of Abaco. It is sad. It is very, very sad because for far too long, we have had the oligarchs that perpetuated. They perpetuated the illegal immigrants here because they want cheap labor. They want cheap labor. So if we cut back on not issuing work permits and we make sure that Bahamians have jobs, see, this is home. I don't have anywhere to run to. I don't have anywhere to run to. This is home and I am sick and tired. See, people say that Bahamians don't want change. I'll never say that Bahamians don't want change. But I think what's happened to a lot of persons over the years is we've had so many persons that came at us and they said that they were for us. They said that they represented us, but it seems as if whenever anybody gets into positions that come with power, see, with great power comes great responsibility. And you have to stay on the course to make sure that the outcome is different. That is how change is affected. But we've had so many people rally us. For instance, we had I think his name was Renard Henfield. I think that was his name, that did the We March. And it wasn't a we march, it was a he march because it was about himself. It was about what can I get from myself? And I've seen so many activists that they need the people behind them. They need the people to rally with them. But then the minute they are noticed, then they turn a blind eye to the very things that disgust them prior to. And the same things that they stand up with us and stand against. I mean, Von Miller was standing against the corruption when it came to the natural resources. Now we can't hear his voice. Now we can't see them acting. The immigration officer that you guys have here that's sitting at his post, Mr. Stephen LaRota, I think that's his name. Stephen LaRota. Mr. LaRota won't even send his officers out to do their jobs. Doesn't send them out to do their jobs. And then on top of that, whenever you have cruise ships that are coming in, instead of him allowing junior officers to make the money from being able to go out and do the inspections for those boats, he wants to go and do those. He wants to go out and do that because number one, it's all it's about now is position and being able to make a salary and then being able to make, I guess, all of the extra added money that comes along with that. And that's not right. If we have, see, this is what I tell people. You have to cut the corruption down at the head. Because if you continue to cut the tail, then that injured animal has an opportunity to still live. But if you cut off the head, we know it's eradicated. We know the problem is dealt with. So the fact that Abaco has an immigration problem says
Yeah, I know. I played it a couple of times. I was on the phone getting information from persons down there. I just spoke to the mother. She's shy. She doesn't want to come on live. But I spoke to the mother, and she said she went down there to carry her medication and carry her blanket, etc. And because at first they wouldn't let her see her, she when she was leaving, they called her back and said, "Okay, you can see her." They were treating her like a hardened criminal. All right, like a hardened criminal. They gave the mother all of her property except her phone. They kept her phone. And they gave all the rest of her property to her mother. And so this is extremely excruciating to see that Bahamians are going through this in the 21st century. It's excruciating. And so Maria Daxon is going to get on the plane and get down there. She's going to get on the plane and get down there so we could deal with this. And so I'm going to pay for that plane ticket so that the attorney can go down there and deal with this. But Abaco, we need y'all to stand. Abaco, we need y'all to stand. All right? There's nothing that lady said that should be considered defamation and that she should get punished for by spending the night in the cell. They could have talked to her, sent her home. She ain't got nowhere to go. She's Abaconian. She don't even know Nassau. Send her home, and if they need to arrest her later, if they have enough evidence, etc., then just arrest her and carry her to court. This is not a matter for which, because once you spend one night in the cell, you are already punished. She's an entrepreneur. She makes money by being out. Her having to spend her evening in costs her money. This is disgusting, but all of this is going to be brought up in the lawsuit. All right, all of this is going to be brought up. So you don't have to worry about that. We're going to protect our Bahamian people who stand up for rights in this country. We have to. All right, so that's what we're going to do. And so we're going to make sure that she's dealt with. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what the new day is. The new day is Bahamians have no freedom of speech. You could forget about your constitutional rights. You have no freedom of speech. You have no freedom of expression and the freedom to do so. All of your rights are taken away, like you see happening right here. Her right is so important. It is so important that the Constitution protects it. And what they should have done is if they see where she did something wrong, one is defamation. Tell the people to sue her. She is speaking on a public matter that's in the public interest. And so why is this in the public interest to us? Is because if there's a situation where a young Bahamian is arrested, we think that is in the public interest. If a Bahamian was arrested for speaking their mind about a public office and public bodies, we have gone to the dogs in this country. And so we're going to do what we can to defend her. We're going to be there for her. And we're going to make sure that she is straight. Because she is standing up for Abaconians. And all through this whole time of going through what they went through, she stood up against Minnis, and she's standing up for what's going on now. She stood up against Minnis when he was hiding the property of Abaconians, when they were not giving Abaconians what is due to them, when they were treating Abaconians like crap. She stood up. That one little tiny lady there. But mind the camera close up on that one little tiny lady stood up fearlessly against Dr. Minnis. Getting the call. Speak for a minute, Charlotte.
Bahamians, like I said, this is very disheartening. That's a comrade. She's one of those that stand alongside us when we're fighting. That's a comrade. She's frontline, center all the time. And, you know, it pains me to know that she's there and we're over here, and it feels like there's nothing we can do, even though something is being done. It's very depressing. You know, sometimes you feel your spirit being broken, but the only thing we can do is keep on going. But Bahamians, it seems like we are disappearing as a people. And even though there are many that are standing, that is still not enough. That's still not enough. Only if you guys can see what we are seeing. You know, the scales are still on a lot of people's eyes. We did a live couple nights ago, and I received a message in my inbox. A mother said that her 11-year-old son in Abaco told his father, asked his father not to sell any more of their properties. His father was selling his properties to the foreigners. And his son begged his father not to sell any more of their properties. The dad said this is something that he has to do. You know what that little 11-year-old boy told his mom? He told his mother that, well, I guess I have to be nice to the foreigners because it seems like that's who I am going to have to be working for. That's an 11-year-old child. Obviously, they can see what's going on in our country. A child. We think that our children are sleeping, but most of our children's eyes are more open than the adult eyes. The children are seeing our country through eyes they should not have to be seeing their country. And they're looking around. They're looking around, and it seems like they are strangers within their own country. And what are we doing? This is from the mouth and through the eyes of an 11-year-old, an 11-year-old. When she said that to me, that sent goosebumps down my spine. This is why I tell you, when we fight, I'm fighting for our children and our children's children. We cannot leave them defenseless in this country. We are the last line of defense. And we have to stand up, Bahamians. We have to stand up together in unity for each other. This is hurtful because I love this country so much. I see the potential in this country for every Bahamian. I can see it. Look at your children. What is going to happen if you're not here anymore? Do you trust that they're going to be okay in this country? Do you trust that they're going to have a place in this country to call their own? Do you trust that they're going to be treated fairly within their own country as a Bahamian citizen? We have to make it right because somewhere along the line it went wrong. We have to make it right. Crystal is they arrested Crystal, and I watched that video, and I can't hear or see where she did wrong. I don't see it. As far as I'm concerned, she was kidnapped. She was kidnapped. She spoke out on what is happening in Abaco. And what is happening in Abaco, it has name tags. Ministries are attached to these problems. This is why ministries exist. And in those ministries are bodies, are persons who are being paid by the taxpayers' dollars, persons who are put in place to make sure that things go accordingly. And the reason why things are not going accordingly is because of corruption and sellouts. When is enough going to be enough, Bahamians? It's hitting all of our doorsteps. Look at what's going on. Look at the news. We think it won't happen to us. It's hitting our doorstep. They're silencing us. It's hitting our doorsteps. Sooner or later, we won't be able to say a word to the things that affect us. Ladies and gentlemen, this isn't only a carnage fight. This is a carnal fight. This is also a spiritual fight. This is a spiritual fight.
Okay, so we have a couple of people who were trying to get
stand up. We have to stand up, and we have to get on our knees. We have to pray. We have to fight. But most of all, Bahamians, we have to stand up and fight.
All right, so Miss Lovely. Miss Lovely from Abaco, we're trying to get her on now. We're trying to connect her. I just spoke to Roscoe Thompson down there, who's the chief down there. He just left the station. We are all disgusted at what is happening there, that the police would be so corrupt to do this. We're trying to get Miss Lovely connected, and also Miss Sanford Knowles. King of Sandra knows. Let me see if we get them connected so we know what's going on at the station right now. Hold on one sec. Let's get them on there. Because we gotta get her out. You know, there's talks that, oh, they hold over 72 hours for what? On a defamation matter? Oh, the police are investigating. You need her in the cell to investigate that. You have the video. Let her go. You could talk to her, look at the video. If you're gonna charge her. If not, let her go. Why should she have to sleep in there and get punished? Shane Gibson didn't even spend a day in the cell. He got $2.5 million. All I can say, Crystal Williams, I'm happy for you. You are now a crystal clear millionaire. We're gonna make sure that you get straight. Okay. Miss Lovely, we're trying to get you on. Looks like your connection isn't so good. So maybe come out and come back in. So maybe come out and come back in, and then we'll get you on. So we need to know what's going on down there. Hold on one sec. Let me call Miss Knowles. So the police in Abaco and immigration just made another Bahamian millionaire, Miss Crystal Williams. Hey, we're trying to get you connected. Yes. We need you to click on the link again. We need you to click on the link again so we could get you in. Good. Okay, what to do? I'm trying to get you on, but look like you ain't getting a good connection. I'm gonna video call you on. I'm gonna WhatsApp video call you, and then just let the people see you. So let me WhatsApp video call you because I'm not getting you on the software.
Okay.
All right, let's see if we get Lovely on the system. Let's see if we can get her in. All right, accept the video call.
Okay,
Okay, there you are. All right, so we'll see if we could get you good so people can see you and see what's going on. Who are you and where are you?
I'm Sanford Knowles. I'm in Abaco at the police station.
All right.
And I'm Crystal's stepsister.
Okay, what's happening at the police station right now?
Well, I just went there to check on her, ask them how she's doing. He told me that she's fine. They're questioning her. I asked him, when is she gonna be able to get out? Because she has kids home and she needs to come home to her children because there's nobody like that to keep them. So he told me that they're probably gonna hold her for 48 hours. And if they could hold her for another 72 hours, which will be 5 days. So I said, why are you holding her for like all this time? You know, so he said, well, we're questioning her and we have the authority to do that. So he told me, well, get on the news, go back to where, well, actually, when I went there, I pressed my phone down. and he saw a certain person number on my phone. So he said, well, go back and tell the news company or whoever you're listening to that Crystal is being questioned, and y'all don't need to come here anymore. There's too much people that's coming here to ask questions about her. And we're short-staffed because there was an accident, he's saying. So I must tell everybody they don't need to come back to the station to ask for her because they're busy. They're questioning her. So I asked them, can I bring her food? No, we cannot bring food. You cannot take her any food. Their mommy already had brought her water and something else. I say, well, what about her having something to eat? He said, we feed them. I said, but probably she don't want what you all to feed her. I said, she is not charged. So how come I cannot go and bring her food? So he said, well, that is the rules. I said, what rules? Because I've been here many times bring people food. I say, and they used to let me bring food. He said, well, that was slack. And this is not slack anymore. I said, food? Why are you saying food is slack? If someone wants, they bring their family something to eat, I think they're allowed because she's not charged. So why can't I bring her food? So I just, he said, well, just go and let everybody know. Nobody need to come checking her anymore. That is it. I don't know if they're going to accept anybody asking questions about her because he said they were short staffed there. So that was it, yeah. So I walked out, but I'm still in the parking lot waiting because I'm going to go back in another half an hour and check on her because I told him, he said she's okay. I say, you're telling me she's okay, but I can't see if she's okay. He said, but your mom just left. I said, yeah, but my mom is the one who told me to come back and check on her. So I need to see her to see if she's okay. You're telling me she's okay, but I'm not sure if she's okay. So he said, well, I'm telling you she's okay. So I said, anyway, so he said, I'm going to shut the door on your face. So I said, no problem. I'll help you shut the door. I said, thank you. I'll help you shut it. And I opened the door too. Yes, sir. But he was nice, but another ways of saying nice is answering the questions. But then he was like, they were short staffed. So I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Because I tell him, I don't know how y'all can hold up for 48 and then turn around and you choose to hold up for 72 hours if you don't get sufficient answers. Like what answer there is to get?
No, the only reason that police should hold someone for that amount of hours, for 72 hours, is if it's some kind of complicated case where it would put the investigation or the public in some kind of danger while they're investigating. They can extend it once it reaches 48 hours. This is a simple criminal defamation case. This is absolute nonsense and ludicrous to hold someone for 72 hours for criminal defamation. They did not even have to hold her in the first place. They could have investigated this without holding her or doing anything with her unless they saw that she needed to be arrested. What investigation? How long does it take you to investigate and watch a video? How long does that take to watch a video? I done watched that video several times. All right, that's a half-hour video, and only a few minutes of that she actually was talking about the thing that's in question. All right, this is them trying to bully her. This is them trying to intimidate her, and this is them trying to silence the Bahamian people who are speaking out against what's happening with immigration in Abaco. With Abaco being flooded with illegal criminals landing illegally in our country, taking our land, taking our jobs, taking everything from us, and you locking up Bahamians?
Yes.
This is evil, and this is wrong. This is wrong, and we gotta stand up. Y'all do not leave Crystal by herself in that place.
Oh, no, I feel like the people outside. I believe people outside. That government building, so I allow people there. Many times I want to go out. Is my sister okay? Is she okay? So, but you guys ain't got to be nothing.
No, you have a right to be there.
I have a right to walk in there and stop if she's okay. If she is okay. If you're short staff, I'm sorry, if you're your sisters, I'm on staff from Nassau, Freeport, or wherever. But that ain't my problem. You're short staff. No, that's not my problem. I'm just checking on my sister.
All right, this is totally out of order, and this is not something that we should stand for in this Commonwealth of the Bahamas. All right, so your sister has some health issues. You all should be able to provide her food. All right, obviously, if she's on medication, she has health issues, you all should be able to provide her food. She shouldn't be eating. Exactly. So I need you to go back to the police officer and explain that she has specific health issues. You know what her health issue is. I can't say it publicly. And that she cannot eat any and everything. She does not. And this is just an investigative matter. And so she should be allowed. This is not Fox Hill Prison. She should be allowed to have her food brought there to her. Even in Fox Hill Prison, they allow you to bring food.
Oh, yes, they do.
All right. So
Well, anyway, I'll get back. Yes, sir. Thank you so much, Mr. Lincoln.
all right. So all right, I'm going to talk to Lovely now.
Okay.
All right, but keep me informed. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is Miss Knowles. She's down there at the station, and at the station, they are refusing the special diet of someone who has a health issue, and so that's not going to be accepted at all. That's more of a lawsuit, and they're putting her life in danger.
Hello?
Yes. How you doing?
Wonderful, thanks. How are you?
All right. So we are live. I was trying to get you in the software, but it looked like the internet wasn't allowing. So I just want you to introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is Lovely Reckley from the beautiful island of Abaco.
Awesome. Ms. Reckley, you are another person who speaks out, and I've heard you speaking out about the exact same things that Ms. Williams was speaking about recently. Yes. And you know, how do you feel as an Abaconian who has been speaking out even during Dorian, even after Dorian, even during COVID? How do you feel now that the government is oppressing persons who speak out about what's happening in Abaco?
It's ridiculous because the person's only speaking the truth on our situation here in Abaco. We have a serious problem, and it's an immigration problem that's not being dealt with. And I think what they locked Crystal up for is so wrong, because if you listen to the video, she didn't say anything for them to lock her for, but they're angry because you're speaking out against the situation. That's the problem.
Wow.
I went to the police station and the officers are stopped. The officer was rude, but it's okay because I told them they don't want to start something they can't finish here in Abaco.
Wow.
Because see, it's a serious problem, you know. And if the government come and do an investigation, they'll find out so much irregularities are going on. Because after the hurricane, every illegal was supposed to go back home. Work permit was supposed to be revoked, and they were supposed to go back home. And person who wanted them was supposed to apply for the work permit. But tell me, how can you come into the country, your feet still wet, you could walk into immigration and you can buy your work permit? And this is no secret. They are talking it.
Wow. Wow.
They are talking it. They're bragging. They're calling their friends and telling them, come. We have a loose country. We have open borders. So come. Everybody come and you can get your work permit and everybody's straight.
Wow.
But they want to oppress us, the Bahamians, in every area.
Wow. And so did you get a chance to speak with the police?
I spoke to the police. I asked him, I said, well, why do you all have her locked up? And his report, well, who are you to her? We're not giving out any information.
Wow. Wow.
So they have her locked up because she's speaking out for her country. See, but people don't understand, Lincoln. And they come against you and Marie Jackson and Charlotte and all of these, but they don't understand. This fight is not for crying land. This fight is that our children's children can have a place to call home. Because if nobody fights now, pretty soon you won't be able to say anything in your country.
Wow.
You won't have a say in your country.
Wow.
That's where we're headed. Because it's like the government don't care. They're just allowing them to do what they want to do, how they want to do. Can you imagine? After 2019, Peace, Mud, and Sandbanks was totally destroyed. And in less than 3 years, We have 3 major shanty towns, and this is not including the ones out south, because there are shanty towns out south that no one knows about, but they have moved out south. They have a tent city out south. Can you imagine that in 3 years? What's going on here in Abaco?
Wow. Wow.
In less than 3 years. And when the first house went up, they was told about it. And nobody did anything.
And I was there. I told them about it. Now the place is growing even bigger.
Yes.
I even uncovered that it was Crown land from last year. I uncovered that this was Crown land.
Yes, the farmer's Crown land.
Yeah. And on the Essie Boodle Highway, the new one. Yeah.
But my thing is, even if it was private land, see the loss of the land. And that's where the trouble is, the loss of the land. The loss of the land says you need a permit, you need a plan, you need to show ownership. Health and health and environment have to come in there, because before we can build a home, they have to come and spray the foundation. So how is it that these people are getting away with this and nobody cares? How is it they could build and nobody is checking? And they're not going through any of the protocols. They're not going through any of the things they're supposed to. None.
Wow. Wow.
But me as a Bahamian, I have to do all of that unless when I look, Ministry of Work come, slap a work to seize order on my house. But it's okay for them to do it. We have deep trouble in this land if some things don't change, Lincoln.
Yeah.
And that's why you can't be quiet. We can't be quiet. We have to keep exposing. Y'all continue doing what you're doing and don't allow them to frustrate you. I know it's get hard and sometimes you feel like giving up, but you can't give up. You got to keep on keeping on, because we got to get this thing sorted out.
Wow.
And it's so sad they have a young lady locked up because she was speaking the truth. The truth hurts.
Wow.
Now they're feeling hurt.
Yeah.
And because they're feeling hurt, they're locking up somebody, taking away our freedom.
All this crime is going on in this country. All this crime going on in Abaco.
But all these illegals they are running around in Abaco, and they won't pick them up and lock them up, but they want to lock up a citizen.
Wow. Wow.
That's what's frustrating.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Makes you wonder, makes you ask, who are they protecting? Who are they serving? If not the Bahamian people, they have to be serving someone. And it's not the Bahamian people, it's not the Bahamian public. Who are our governments serving? Who are our leaders leading? It can't be the Bahamian people. They're leading us down to a part of no return.
They're not. From 2019, especially in Abaco, they're not checking for Abaco. Listen, they are not doing anything for Abaco.
Wow.
After Hurricane Dorian, we was on our own. We had no one to check for us. No one. The Red Cross was taking care of the illegals. The NGOs were taking care of the illegals. The government was taking care of the illegals.
Wow.
So they left us on our own.
Wow.
I see someone is saying the folks in the domes have until August 27 to be out of the domes. But yet, illegals can possess our crown land, build freely, no rent, no mortgage. We have Bahamians still living in domes. They can't go and possess the land and build a nice structure to live in with their families. It seems like they are the immigrants in their own homes. And it's disgusting.
That's right. That's how we're treated.
Let me have those Bahamians who are in the dome. There's an injunction, and that injunction covers Abaco. No one can move you from where you are. All right? Let me give you some advice. There's an injunction that covers Abaco, and the same way they can't move the illegal immigrants, they can't move you. Don't let them give you no date. If they give you bring some paper or letter there, tear it up in front of them. All right?
Because I need to get in contact with some of them and let them know. So thank you for that information, and I'll let them know. You have nowhere to go, so you hold your ground and don't move.
Yes.
I will do that.
They cannot be moved. They are there. They are there, and they are covered by that injunction, and so they should not be touched. or bothered, just like the Haitians can't be touched or bothered. No one can remove them. The government can't touch them. All right, that one is over.
And my
So
advice to
we
them,
need you to
Lincoln,
spread the word, Miss Lovely. Let all those people in them domes know, all those Bahamians who are there know, no government could move them. There is an injunction in place.
I will let them know, because someone just reached out to me and I was, trying to get information to find out what day they give them. They get them out of there. They
also cannot disconnect their utilities, because that's the first thing they may try. Their water, their light, their cable, they cannot touch their utilities. It says it in the injunction.
Thank you, Lincoln.
Yes.
Thank you. I will go and let them know. Listen, y'all don't have anything to worry about. You don't have anywhere to go, but you stay right here until they build a house for you to go in.
Yeah, don't let them scare our Bahamian people out while they let these other people build up. You see how big this new area is of S.C. Boodle Highway on both sides?
Listen. These people the people that build, this the building material that came in for the Bahamian people.
Wow. Wow.
the Bahamians that are in those domes, the Bahamians that are in those domes need to stick together, stand together. Touch one, you touch all. While they're in that dome, I would advise them to do the same thing those illegals are doing in our country. Get together, find a piece of land, you all clear it down, cultivate it, and take care of your families. It is our land. It does not belong to them. Do not allow them to move you out of that dome. You all stand together. Get together, find a piece of land, and build your home.
I will let them know that they be moved. So stay there until you get yourself sorted out.
Yeah, so what I could do, I could read it for them. You could tell them to watch this. I'm going to read it for them again so that they understand what it says. It says in section 14 of the ruling, it says pending the determination. It says pending the determination of this action or until further order, the respondents be, and that's the government, the respondents be and are hereby restrained from directly or through their agents, appointees, or employees from taking possession of, demolishing any buildings on, or otherwise interfering with the 177 applicants and other residents and occupiers' enjoyment of land in shanty towns in New Providence, including by disconnecting any utilities other than pursuant to the relevant enabling legislation. And they went on to allow Abaco to be added to this. So it's now New Providence and Abaco. All right? And so where they are, that's not considered a subdivision. That is considered an unregulated community. All right?
That's right.
And so they cannot be touched. So you tell Joe Beck or whoever want to move them that they can't touch them. All right? And they'll have to roll them bulldozers over my cold dead body. You will not harass Bahamians and treat Bahamians any kind of how. But treat...
As if they are the immigrants in this
country.
country.
I got disconnected just now.
They treat our people who went through a devastating series of events, especially in Abaco. They will not treat our people that way. Our people have nowhere to go. Nowhere to go. But they gave them until August 27 to come out of those doors. My advice, stand your ground. While you're standing your ground, possess your land. While possessing your land, build your house. Cultivate the land. God told us to go and possess our land. Possess our land, Bahamians, our land in the Bahamas. We shall not be moved.
Yes.
Shall not be.
All right. So thank you, Miss Lovely. It was a pleasure talking to you. And we're going to call you all every 15, 20 minutes or so to find out what is going on with Crystal. Y'all don't leave our girl there. Please, y'all call her mother and tell her mother that she should be allowed to have her special food Don't eat with them people giver in there. Activists should never eat what they're given when they are arrested, especially for a political arrest like this. All right. So,
okay, I'll go look for her mommy.
Yes.
Because her mommy already been there.
Yeah, her sister is there, so they can just call. They can call her mommy, and all her sister can do it. Let them know that she needs to have special food.
Yes.
All right. Tell her don't eat from them. All right.
You all be blessed. I'll continue the good fight.
All right. Thank you, and God bless you. All right.
Thank you, Miss Lovely.
All right. I'm sorry I got disconnected on my other device. I'll come back on another device in a minute. I'll come back on another device. Let me just check, see if any other Abaco persons were reaching out to us. Okay,
Lincoln, it's so sad. It's so sad that they're actually giving those persons until August 27 to move. How could you tell Bahamians to move who have had an unfair share of even trying to get themselves together? Materials that were sent to aid Bahamians was given away to migrants to build up their communities, to build, not their communities, to build communities on Bahamian crown land while Bahamians are still suffering. And now they're telling the Bahamians to move, but they're not saying nothing. Nothing to the Haitians and the Haitian Bahamians. They're not saying anything.
Yeah. So I just want to make it clear while we're doing this that we didn't play that video for any malicious reason. We didn't play that to say one way or another. We don't know the gentleman whose name was called. I don't know him. I don't remember his name now. We're not saying that for you to think any way, one way of him. That's not the purpose of this. We are playing this because we feel that it is in the public's interest, and we don't want you to think good or bad of him because of the video that we played. I just want to put that disclaimer in there. You come to your own conclusion based on what's going on in this country. All right. I don't know the gentleman. I don't know what he did or didn't do. And so the purpose of this and the purpose of us playing that is not for you to think any better or any worse of him or to think of him in any way. But what I want you to do is to look at the fact that an activist was arrested for speaking her mind. And I have a serious problem with that in this country. Our political leaders and our public officials need to have more thick skin. They need to stop being petty in this country. You know, you can't even be the president of the United States unless you have a roast where they come and roast you, where they come and talk bad to you, where they make jokes of you, to show your humility. That's a part of the protest. And it shows that you're different from the monarchy because you couldn't speak anyway about the monarchy. All right? You almost can't become president of the United States unless you appear on Saturday Night Live and let them make fun of you and let you humble yourself. Our leaders in this country are too petty. That is the problem. We need to man and woman up in this country. And so some arrangements have to be made. If we have any updates, we'll go live again. But in the meantime, I'm going to be watching Mario Sands at 9 o'clock. I'd love to meet him one day. I don't know who the man is behind the mask. In fact, I've never spoken to him. Not that I know he'd be behind a mask, so I might have spoken to him and don't know. But I'm going to be watching him at 9 o'clock. But ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to go live Sunday. And you're going to see where Brave done make the deal. That deal he talking about, what they trying to pressure him to do, Brave done make the deal. And that's why they're acting in a certain way. You all ain't see it? The deal is already done. I can show you proof. All right? And for our public officials, man, y'all stop, man. Stop being petty, man. Man, listen, I don't never hold government office, but I am a public person because I am on talk shows, etc. I've been on talk shows. I'm a public person. I'm a leader of a party. And so when people talk stuff with me, I don't go behind them. I don't have to get everyone arrested for everything they say with me. I don't have time to be worried about that. We need public officials with more thick skin. Now, I know I can't speak for anything else that she said, all right? But I can say that immigration in Abaco is an epic failure. The mud and pigeon pea was right across the road from the immigration department. The whole mud and pigeon pea right across the road. How is that humanly possible? That's like literally, Charlotte, like putting a drug house across the road from the police station.
Next door, duplex.
Huh?
Next door.
Listen, that's like them selling drugs next door to the police station. Put in a prostitute brothel next door to the police station. Man, immigration in Abaco, y'all have failed us.
Lincoln, the last patriotic leader we had in this, who ran this country, I can say, was the late Sir Lyndon Penland. He had plans for this country. His legacy has been directed down a road we do not recognize. And I know he's turning in his grave.
Yeah.
We need patriotic leaders in this country. Leaders who are going to stand up against the wrong. Leaders who are going to stare evil in the face and say, no, I would not subject my people to this.
Yeah. Yeah. It's heart-wrenching. Y'all stop being petty and let Crystal go, please. Come on. Y'all stop being petty. Let that woman speak. Let her speak her mind. All right? So, again, we don't want persons intentionally defaming any public officials. But there's a time to speak and there's a time to stand up. Like you can't literally, say something about anyone, including politicians, as an absolute lie. But if you're speaking your opinion on their actions, then you can do that. All right? But we need everyone to stand up with Crystal. All she's doing is standing up. And then standing up, sometimes you make mistakes. You ain't gonna be perfect. Moses wasn't perfect. He got down and speak to the rock, he strike the rock. None was perfect except Christ. And in standing up, sometimes you can make mistakes. But at the same time, you know the heart of someone like Crystal.
Yes.
Let's get this right. You know her heart is only for Abaco. Her heart is for Abaco. And so Abaco stand with her. Y'all don't leave her out there by herself. Because if I was there right now, I'd have been sleeping with her. And so we gotta go make some arrangements to make sure that she gets straight, make sure she gets legal representation, et cetera, et cetera. We gotta go make sure that happens. And so we're gonna sign off now. And if we have to bring you some update, we'll do that. So Abaco, get out there and make sure that Crystal is safe. All right. So God bless all of you, and God bless our Bahamas. And remember, change ain't coming. Change is here. See y'all soon.